Hi everybody. I thought that I would make a video at the beginning of our online learning adventure to kind of start things off. I think videos are the best way probably to communicate and the easiest to do. So I think that I'll probably be using a lot of video as we go forward. Either I'll record things or we'll have some live sessions where we can all join up, but I don't think that's the main thing right now. The main thing is that I've been thinking of everyone. I spent spring break, like everybody did, on edge, not knowing what was going to be happening, how things were going to play out. Things were shifting a lot, but all the time I was thinking about you guys as students, what you might be going through, if everything's going okay for your families and all of that. So I want you to know that I'm thinking of you and I'm hoping that everything's going all right. If you need something, reach out to your neighbors, reach out to, the city, reach out to whoever you think can solve an issue that you might have. If you're not sure who can help you, then contact me. I'll see if I can put you in touch with somebody. But if you have things going on in your family, if you need things, if you're having a problem, please, there are support systems that are in place, and I think more will be coming online that will be able to help you. So just know that even though we're all separated at this point in time, we're all trying to help, and there's lots of help out there if you need it. I also think before I start talking about how class is going to go and what my thoughts are about that from here on out, I want to mention that it might be a good idea to start a personal journal. And I want to encourage you to do that. I'm not going to make it an assignment or anything like that. I just think that historically, this is a time that you're going to maybe want to look back on. Maybe your children in the future will ask you, what was it like when you had to stay home from school and the coronavirus outbreak was going on? Just like you might ask your parents about 9/11 and what that was like. Your children might one day want to know what it was like as a young adult trying to finish out school for the year at home, and just what your thoughts were. So it might be worth it to grab a notebook and just jot down your thoughts. That can also be cathartic. It can help you work through your thoughts and your feelings a little bit too. I know that's kind of touchy-feely, but I think that you'll be glad later on that you have your thoughts from this time. It's going to be historically interesting. I don't know what history is going to say about this time period, but I think it would be good if you had your thoughts recorded as they occurred to you. So just encouraging you to maybe think about doing that. Okay, regarding class, obviously the school district needs to continue having class. There needs to be something that happens so that you can generate a transcript at the end of the semester. And so there are some expectations, but I want you to know that I've streamlined everything down. I've thought about how I can make things just be what is absolutely necessary for us to do in the different courses. So after I finish this general video, I'm going to make a video that's just for your class, and I will, merge them together so that when you see this, it will be just for AP or just for dual or just for independent studies. But across the board, I was really thinking and planning for the essentials. And I don't want to make long assignments. My goal is not to keep you busy. My goal is to keep your hand in your education so that we can give legitimate grades to the end of the year. So there might not be as many grades or assignments as there have been in previous marking periods. But I think that you're going to have other classes that are also demanding of you. You might have family responsibilities. And so my mindset is really to just streamline everything. Another thought that I have about going forward is to think about this in a positive way. Let's think about this as an opportunity to practice for online classes in college, right? One of my goals in retirement might be, is to maybe teach online college. So it's a good opportunity for me to practice that, but it's also a good opportunity for you to practice in case you do have to take online classes when you get to college. And so maybe think of it as an opportunity to figure out, okay, how do I balance my time now that I don't have to go to a physical building to learn how do I organize myself, how do I communicate with my instructors. And so let's think about it as that kind of an opportunity. I think that you should, even more than usual, frequently check your email. I will email you if I see individual issues popping up with missing assignments or, anything that I think that you need to be alerted to for this course. So please check your school email frequently. I think you should check your grades frequently, just to make sure that there aren't any errors. You're not going to have the opportunity to just after class stick around and ask a question. So monitoring those things, plus monitoring either Classroom or Blackboard, depending on which class you're in, is also going to be crucial. My goal is to post one item a week, and then there'll be one assignment per week. And I'll give you all the materials and things that you need to complete that assignment at the same time. Some classes might have some optional teleconferencing, so I might set up some live times where we can meet up as a class and discuss whatever the assignment is for the week. Those are going to be optional, and I will attempt to record them in one way or another so that if you aren't able to make it at the time for the live event, then you can still watch what happened during that time. So there are a lot of tools that we can use to make that happen. I also want to mention that in distance learning, it's important to read instructions carefully. Obviously, I'm not there to explain or answer questions on the spot about assignments, so I'm going to do my best to communicate to you what the expectations are, either in video form at the beginning of the week or in the assignment sheet itself. So if you are not sure about what to do, reread your directions. And then if you're still not sure what to do, reach out, send me an email. You can DM me on Twitter. You can communicate with me in whatever way. We have a Remind class. Any way that works for you works for me. So ask questions so that you can complete your assignments and keep up to date. They are expecting that we input grades and keep those things going. So you are going to be responsible for that. But like I said, it's going to be basically one assignment per week going forward. Before I split into the video where I'm going to explain how each individual class is going to go, I do want to recommend that if you are not following the school or the district or Hidalgo County or the city of Weslaco on your Twitter or somewhere, you need to be doing that. There are updates regularly on all of those, and things are changing. So they might say one thing one day and then something changes another day. If you don't have a Twitter account, I think you should get one. Obviously that's a personal choice, but even if you don't communicate with anybody else, at least follow those, turn on your notifications. That way when the district or the school tweets something out, then you'll be aware. I will try to retweet things, so if you want to, you can follow me, but I think I'll put some of the accounts that you might want to follow on the screen here so that you can go on. So that's all that I have for the general message. I'm going to add to this for each individual class, but I hope that you all are doing well. Try to keep your spirits up. Try to, spend your time productively, and I'm thinking about all of you, and I'm hoping that I'll see you in person real soon. Okay, AP class. This week you have an assignment for wrapping up Hamlet. I'm trying to streamline and make one assignment per week from here on out. The idea is that the one assignment will be graded, and then I'll give you a bunch of supports to help you complete that assignment. And in addition to the supports that I give you to complete the assignment, remember that you can also email me, you can DM me on Twitter, you can communicate with me through Remind if you have any kind of questions at all. So let me go through this week's assignment, and that way you can get started on it whenever you have time and submit it. I'm thinking by next Monday, but I'm trying to be flexible with things, but that's the goal. So let me walk you through it. Attached to this entry, you should see this form, which you can make a copy of and download it for yourself, or maybe I'll send a copy to you in Classroom. And the idea is that I want to wrap up Hamlet. We finished Hamlet before the break. We didn't have any assignment over the break, and so now it's just about bringing together our thoughts on Hamlet, and then we'll be moving on from there, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But this assignment is to create a theme. So remember that a theme is a lesson about life that we learn through a piece of literature. So I want you to create a theme for Hamlet and then create a graphic organizer that examines two things: how the theme is developed in the play and how it can apply to us today. In other words, okay, so some of the things in the play are not going to happen to us, likely, but there are certain things about just being human that we can learn through the play. So notice that I put a star by create right here in the assignment description. That's because I want you to write the theme yourself. You can look up things online in order to get ideas and that sort of thing, even though there's ideas in this assignment, but I want you to write the theme yourself. Otherwise, this turns into a low-level assignment that I would give to like a 7th grader. So I want you to come up with the theme, and this assignment will help you work toward that theme. So then I put in some steps. If you can read the directions right here, it says the steps will lead you through the entire process. Complete the parts that are highlighted in turquoise. Now you're not going to be turning this in, you're going to be turning in the final product for the grade, but this will walk you through the steps so that you can secure that, know that you have, you're on track for doing well in the assignment. So step 1 is to review the definition of theme. Remember that a theme is a general life lesson that everyone learns, but is especially taught in this piece of literature of Hamlet. Now I use some examples from Beowulf here, because I didn't want to use an example from Hamlet and then there'd be one less thing that you could choose for your own theme. But I put an example of a theme is right here. A person can gain honor by showing strength, loyalty, and service to others. It's proven in Beowulf, and that's also something that we can see in our world today. So that's the kind of statement that you're looking for. Here are some non-examples. This one is not a theme because it's specific to the poem only and not to everyday life of human beings. Beowulf gains honor by killing 3 creatures. That's a true statement, but it's not a theme because it's not something that I can take into my life and learn from, right? So that would not be a good theme to use. It's not even a theme. Also, this is not a theme. Loyalty is a topic, not a theme. So, oops, I see a typo. So you wouldn't just say loyalty is a theme. You have to say, what do we learn about loyalty? And that would be a theme. All right. So then you can see that there are steps, and I put little charts here to walk you through each step. The first step is to brainstorm. What are some abstract concepts that we deal with in the play Hamlet? Step 3 is choose one of those from the previous chart, abstract ideas, and put it in here, and then start thinking about what are some examples from Hamlet that demonstrate it. And you can see that I did examples here from Beowulf to kind of walk you through it so that you could see how that's playing out. Step 4 is to develop a theme. So once you choose your topic, then you have to think, okay, what is the life lesson that can be taught? And then step 4, the thing I'm going to be grading, is a graphic organizer. So when you're finished with kind of brainstorming and you've got a theme, a statement about life that we can all learn from, then I want you to demonstrate that in a visual. So you set it up the way you want to in Google Doc. You could do it on paper. You can use Padlet or Canva like we did with our infographics. But it needs to have these qualities that are listed right here. It needs to clearly indicate your theme, the one that you wrote. It needs to give at least one example of the theme per act of the play, so you'll have 5 examples from the play. You need to also present at least 3 ways the theme can apply to all people universally, and you need to include images for at least 3 of your ideas. So you have 5 examples from the play, 3 examples from everyday life, so that's 8. And out of those 8, 3 of them, I want you to show an image. You can draw the image yourself, you can cut it out from a magazine, you can use clip art, you can go online and import it, whatever works out. Although, if you're working in Canva, be careful because although it's a great tool and they have a lot of free elements on Canva, There are some images that you have to pay for. So look for the little icon in the bottom, and if there's an icon there, they're going to charge you if you're going to try to download it with that image. It's better just to import something from Google Classroom. So then you should arrange or color code the ideas so that we can see those two elements, right? First of all, how does the play teach that lesson? And then how can we see that in everyday life? All right. So that's the assignment. When you're finished, if you do it online, I want you to download it as a PDF or JPEG and then upload it to the Google assignment. I'll put an assignment in Google Classroom. If you do it on paper, I want you to get a brightly lit area, not, the deep recessed corner of your bedroom. And I want you to put it someplace and take a really good picture of your creation that way and upload that as an image for the assignment. I'm going to put the due date in as next Monday. Try to do your best to meet that deadline, but I know that you all are facing individual issues maybe with what's going on, but that will wrap up Hamlet. We're not going to be taking a test over Hamlet. If we do a semester exam, I'm still up in the air about that. Hamlet will probably be on it. Okay, so going forward from here, just so that you can know what to expect, each week I will post a video and an assignment for you. There will be one assignment per week. Going forward from here, we will be preparing for the AP exam. The AP exam is still going to happen. It's just not going to happen in the way that we thought it was going to happen. I already have some information about it. So next week I'll talk to you about that. The essay, basically it's going to be one essay question, and it's going to be 45 minutes, and you'll be able to do it at home on your own computer. But I want to prepare you for the types of questions that you might face. So we're going to do a different type each week in the next 3 weeks, starting after this week. So that'll give you a little overview of what we're going to do. And that's it. I'm just going to have one assignment per week. It'll probably be an essay for each one of the weeks. But like I said, I'm going to walk you through it and give you some supports and that sort of thing. If you have any questions, if you're not sure about something, please just reach out and communicate. Check your email. I'm going to be checking my email daily. I have the notifications on my phone for Remind and for Twitter and for email. So do your best, be a little creative, use this time to wrap up your thoughts about Hamlet, and I will talk to you all again next Monday. So take care, be safe, and hopefully I'll see you in person real soon.